great question from Michael Holt. I'm building your 5-inch DIY FPV drone. First of all, excellent taste in drones. My 5-inch DIY build kit, I'll just take the opportunity to plug it real quick. How could I not? Well, oftentimes I am actually terrible at marketing my own products, but here it is. It's back ordered. Damn. What about this one? What about the analog? The analog version is not back ordered. This kit comes with everything you need to build a 5-inch freestyle drone. Well, I mean, all the parts, not the tools. You have to buy the tools separately. And also, you're going to need a battery. And okay, so not everything you need, but all the main parts to build an FPV freestyle drone. And I have a full build tutorial that takes you through every step of building it. It's the single best way to get into FPV, in my humble opinion, because it takes you through all the steps, the very first things you got to do, and hand holds you through them. It's really great. But the question is, can I use a copper-plated Scotch-Brite pad? I think no, but I'm not sure. So what you don't want to do with a soldering iron is use any kind of abrasive cleaner. The tip of a soldering iron is like, I think it's copper, but then its copper tarnish is really bad, okay? And the oxidation, tarnishing is just oxidation, that oxide is actually really bad at transmitting heat. So an oxidized soldering iron tip is really bad at doing the one thing that soldering irons need to do. So what they do is they take the soldering iron tip and they coat it with a nickel alloy. And that nickel alloy is very, very thin. So if you've got a soldering iron tip and it's dirty and you take like a steel wool or sandpaper, God forbid, or a file, and you clean it off, you've destroyed it. Because you'll scrape off the nickel coating and now it's just unusable. Okay? So I don't know about copper-plated Scotch-Brite. Like, copper's a relatively soft metal. Maybe it would be okay. But you want brass. So the sponges that people use to clean soldering irons are brass. And the brass is softer than the tip of the iron and will not damage it. I don't know about copper, but in general, I would shy away from anything except brass. Or if you don't have that, get a towel or a paper towel and wet it, and just use the wet towel or paper towel to clean it off. I suggest a paper towel because you'll get little metal bits in it, and you don't want to just throw that in the washer. You'll like ruin a towel if you use like a cotton towel. Don't use a synthetic towel; it'll melt. So yeah, just get some paper towels, wet them thoroughly, and use that instead. Super Deluxe, great tip. Instead of a brass sponge, use gold. Use a gold sponge to clean your soldering iron tip. That's true. It's a soft metal. It's too expensive. Big Data Pimp says copper is softer than brass. Okay, I didn't know that. Maybe copper would be okay, but like whenever someone says I'm going to clean my soldering iron tip with something, I'm like, is there some other aspect of a Scotch-Brite pad that wouldn't be a good idea? Just use a paper towel if you're not sure.